All right, looks like we have a decent connection today. Just double checking. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, looks like we have a. Get rid of that. Boom. All right, guys, how we doing today? It's good to see you. Let's go ahead and get some music playing. All right, so today's winner is Jack Tyler. Congratulations. I've already sent the Bitcoin over to you. That is $10 worth of BTC for the giveaway. Remember that every single week I'll be doing this, and in order for you to qualify, please leave a comment about the video, something you agree, disagree, whatever, and leave your Bitcoin address with it. Thank you very much. Again, this is the payment proofs that I'm showing you right now. And let's get on to the next section of the video. Again, congrats, Jack. Let's see. All right, getting on to the DeFi accounts. BlockFi is still going strong. Unfortunately, BlockFi did have a data breach. Luckily, it had nothing to do with the actual coins in the accounts. However, I do believe they went after people's personal information. So I believe you can contact them for information if you were part of the data breach. Moving on, as you can see that this month it's going pretty well. It's going to end in a couple days here, and I will be around $4 something. Not bad for the first full month as part of BlockFi. I'll be continuing to pile on some things in there as we continue. Moving on, Free Bitco. Free Bitco is doing extremely well. So far, we are in the I'm approaching a decent threshold here as I start getting to about 4 or 0.0004 BTC a day. And as I get close to a 14% a year, I'm super excited about that. Again, if you're starting from zero, Free Bitco is the best way to go. They pay you 4.4% a year as part of their own profit model. It's pretty good, pretty darn good. Normally I would show you a slide of Steemit and my Hive account. However, today that's what the main topic is. So that's what we're going to talk about first. But before that, the next income generator I'm trying to get involved in is Crypto.com. I'm still testing it right now for a lot of different things. After a month or so goes by, I will talk more about it. Maybe a couple weeks to a month, and then we'll see what goes on from there. Don't forget, guys, if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about, feel free to chat with me. I'm live right now. I can chat with you at any moment. And here we go. All right, so today we're going to talk about Steemit and Hive. Some of the history, how to use it, and how to monetize it. This is one of the core things that I use to generate money from Bitcoin and other altcoins in order to just generate like $1 a day or something like that. The winner is Jack Tyler. Jack Tyler is the winner. Let's see. I've already sent the Bitcoin to them, and I put the proofs a little bit earlier in the video. This is the first thing I did. Now, so let's go over the history of Steemit and Hive, right? So Steemit was the original blockchain that Hive came from. So Hive is a hard fork of Steemit. Now, why did this happen? Well, Steemit is a decentralized media sharing service. So you can do everything from YouTube posts or blogs or anything and just throw it on Steemit, and via curation it gets spread around the site. Now, if you get curated, liked, commented on enough, you can actually earn an income from it. So that was the boon of that community, is that it wasn't censored in any way. People could just post and be popular and make a little cash on the side. Unfortunately, they were having money issues, partially because of the bear market last year that started late 2018 into 2019, to the point where they put ads on the site and had to lay off some people in the upper echelons of the company. In order to get around that, an offer was made by Justin Sun in order to buy Steemit, with the agreement that he would not touch a certain amount of their resources allocated for voting in the blockchain. Now, Steemit is governed by 20 witnesses. The 20 witnesses have control over some function of Steemit, whether it be how some payments are processed or things like that. A lot of things go down with the witnesses, so there's a lot of power in being a witness in the Steemit blockchain. When Justin Sun actually had the power over Steemit, he immediately started going after the funds that were agreed upon not to be touched. And so all of the witnesses tried to soft fork it in a way that would prevent him from doing so. So he kind of tricked Binance and some other exchanges to vote in such a way that they would get the money back and kind of punish the other witnesses. So as soon as that happened, all of the upper tier witnesses and people who had power said, no, we don't like that. We're going to make a hard fork. The hard fork was Hive. So since then, Steemit and Hive have been jockeying back and forth in various ways. Justin Sun has gone so far as to try and soft fork Steemit again in order to have access to those funds and kick some of the other witnesses out unsuccessfully and is playing games with their Steemit accounts. Luckily, because they own Hive, they still have all of their money just on a separate platform. Now, for those of us who were already on Steemit, I have money both in Steemit and Hive. So it's really cool. But anyway, at this point, it's kind of a standoff where Justin Sun is claiming to be a victim while victimizing other people. That's my personal opinion. And so for that reason, I'm only going to talk about Hive. And should I put more money into the ecosystem like this, it will be Hive. It will not be Steemit. However, I will keep my Steemit balance and continue to try to make a profit off of it. One of the other reasons for that is that a lot of the things that made it easy, fun, and gamified have all been transferred to Hive. So there's really no reason to be on Steemit because, unfortunately, if I try to withdraw funds from Steemit, I can do it. I just have to go through a completely different exchange that I never want to use. And the native exchange they try to make you use, American citizens can't use. So that's fun. Anyway, we'll get on to a lot of the more specific things in a little bit here. So just breaking down what is in the typical Steemit account. Well, first of all, there are three types of investments in Steemit. There is, not Steemit, Hive. There are three investments in Hive. One is the Hive native token, which is speculative. So Hive token is basically an altcoin that you can buy and it will go up and down with the market like any altcoin would. There's Hive Power, which has equal value to Hive. However, by putting any cash into Hive Power, it is actually a long-term investment that pays out interest. In this case, about 3%, which is pretty nice. If I'm wrong on that quote, we'll correct it in a second. Essentially, Hive Power takes 13 weeks to withdraw once you've put it in there. So let's say you had 10 grand of Hive Power and you said, hey, I want to withdraw 10 grand of Hive Power. Well, what would happen is every week, 1/13 of that value would be given back to you. So one thing you could do is start it's called powering down and powering up. So when you buy Hive Power, you power up. When you sell it, you power down, right? And when you power down, you can it'll show up as Hive tokens, and then you can sell those for Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever you want, Doge, Litecoin, anything. What you can do is you can withdraw a large amount in order to get a large one-time, 1-week payout and then cancel the power down, which is kind of nice. So if you wanted 1/10 of that, just, withdraw 10 times that amount and you'll get that. Anyway, Hive dollars are basically their stable coin. So if you wanted to keep a balance on the site of, let's say, your profits from writing articles or videos or any sort of content that you can post on it, but you don't want them to be speculative, right? You don't want them to go up and down with the market. You can basically put them into what are called Hive dollars, and then they will actually be equal to whatever dollar amount that you have on there. That's what I tend to do. I tend to put them in dollars and sit there till I withdraw later into, again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, something else like that. Should you register for Hive, or any of these systems, you will get a personal key. You'll actually get multiples with different levels of responsibility and or access, right? So like your main key will give you access to posting, withdrawing, transferring, all that stuff. But maybe you want to give someone else the ability to post for you. So you would give them a lower level key that would allow them to post an article or something like that in order to generate the money, but only you would have access to transferring money, selling, that sort of thing, tokens, Hive power, dollars, all that kind of stuff. So that's the basic breakdown of all of these things. So this is what the typical Hive wallet would look like. You can take a look at your balances, you can keys, your password, and communities. Communities is kind of newer. So like if you're into fish, you would join the fish community. There you go. So as you can see, there's Hive, Hive power, and Hive dollars, like we just said. Savings is basically like a vault. So like you can save your Hive and your Hive dollars in your savings, and let's say someone again hacked your account, then it would take them 3 days to take it out, giving you plenty of time to try and recover your account, get in contact with the company, etc. Right, etc. Excuse me, and that's the kind of one of their safety features aside from just your keys in the system. So basically, the way to that's just the basic breakdown of just the Hive ecosystem. Making posts is very simple. Again, you can post videos, YouTube videos, blog links, anything like that when making a post on Hive. So the question is, with this system, how do you make money off of it? Well, let's go to the next slide. So essentially what you would want to do is stack your Hive power. Hive power isn't very expensive. You can get a decent amount of Hive power for 10, 20, 30, 50 bucks, right? And as you build it up over time, you can join curation systems such as Backscratcher. Curation and posting and upvoting is what gets you cash in the Hive ecosystem. So with systems like Backscratcher, Backscratcher essentially, depending on your level of steam power, will upvote your post with the power of whoever is a part of Backscratcher. And we're talking hundreds, if not thousands, of people with any amount of steam power. So the way to break it down is if you had so much steam power, say 500 to 99, you get a 1% upvote. If you have 1,000 to 5,000, you get 5%. 5,000 to 9,000, you get 10%. Right? And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. 500 steam power isn't actually that much. That's like, I think, a couple $100, and you get a 1% upvote. And that'll give you about, I think at the moment, 50 cents to $1 a day, which is pretty nice. Not bad for a couple $100. And all you have to do is post anything every 24 hours. And I believe they have a 98% success rate for upvoting your posts. And then what happens is 7 days later, it gives you money back for those posts. So it's kind of a daily, weekly thing, which is kind of nice. There are a bunch of instructions on how to do this. You can find this easily on Google. This post that I'm looking at right now, this is them explaining their whole system, right? But you need to go to, it's called Hive Vote. Hive Vote, it used to be Steam Auto, because it used to be Steam, but it's now Hive Vote is what hands out the votes now. So you would go to Hive Vote, sign up, and they have a bunch of settings like mana, vote power, and things like that. And you follow the instructions that that Backscratcher would have you do. They also have a Telegram that should you reach a new level of steam power, Hive power, you need to let them know on the Telegram, hey, I have 1,000, I have 5,000, I have 70,000 Hive power. Please upgrade me to, a 70% vote every 24 hours. And they'll acknowledge you usually within a couple hours to half a day. They're pretty on top of that, and it's a really nice enterprise. So how do you, or how do I, get money into and out of the Hive ecosystem? Well, like I said, Steemit, unfortunately, links to Poloniex, and I believe I can't use Poloniex as an American citizen. Again, if I'm right or wrong, correct me in the comments. But you'd use block trades. It's the native exchange for the Hive ecosystem. Again, they decided to support Hive instead of Steemit. This is one of the easiest exchanges ever. You used to never have to sign in. You just have your user, but they have KYC now, unfortunately. So what you would do is say, I want Hive power, right? I'm not sure if you can see everything that's being shown, but let's check the stream. Yeah, you can see it good. So essentially, you have Ethereum in this case, and so one Ethereum would be 723 Hive power. Let's do something a little bit easier. Let's see. Let's do Litecoin, which is around $40. So that would be 152, right? Let's do 100. So the 2.5 Litecoin. You get about 380. So every $100 right now, you're getting about 400 Hive power. And then obviously, if you want to cash out, you would reverse it. So let's say Hive dollars into Bitcoin, right? So I have 2.5. Let's go 3 Hive dollars. If it'll let me. Hey, let's do a larger amount. There we go. So I have 400 Hive dollars, and it'll suddenly give me a 0.04 or about $400 worth of Bitcoin. Obviously, because the Hive dollars is a dollar equivalency. So that's one way you could do it. Another way to track your progress is, again, this is the gamified part. As you post, you will gain status within the community. This used to be called Hive Board. Now it's called Hive Buzz. It's a completely different site, does the exact same thing, but it tracks what rank you are on the site. So you have redfish, minnow, dolphin, orcas, and whales. And these are just investing terms for any asset, right? But again, it's gamified. It's really fun. I enjoy it. Let's put in mine, hypersonic one. Will it go? There we go. All right, so I'm a dolphin. I have over 10,000 vests. For me to become an orca, I would need 100,000 vests, and to be a whale, I believe I would need 1 million. This took the work of several years to get to this point, and it's really exciting. Again, it's gamified, so when I post a lot, it'll give me little crests like this and little awards, and it's pretty fun and really silly, and I really enjoy it. And it will give you just the average stats of your posts and that sort of thing. But yeah, no, it's really cool. It's a lot of fun, and it's super easy in this way to make money in the ecosystem, the cryptocurrency ecosystem. And this is just one of my sources, and I'll be going over more sources later. So yeah, and the cool part is I just enjoy getting out what I put in. It's not bad at all. So I hope that explains how I have been able to make money on the Hive blockchain, and why I've chosen Hive over Steemit as my main instrument going forward for investment in just this part of the sphere. $10 here, $20 there, every other week or so. And you can also do things, by the way, instead of just buying the straight up power, you can delegate, which is cheaper. So you could, for example, delegate for like 1/5 of the price. You can get 5,000 steam power. It'll go away after 3 months, but you can accrue cash as you go until you kind of level up into the next level. The chat just gave me kind of a warning, so I'm just making sure it's doing all right. All right. Now, speaking of investment levels, I was curious after I looked up this post. So for Bitcoin, what is considered your rank? So I just thought this was really silly. If you have less than 0.1, you're a plankton. More than 0.1, you're a shrimp. Upper than that, crab, fish, octopus, dolphin, shark. Man, I'd love to be a dolphin. 100 to 500 Bitcoin, man. If I had been in the space just a little bit earlier, probably could have been able to achieve that, or at least the octopus. A lot of these guys, the sharks, the whales, the blue whales, they've been around for over half a decade. So there we go. Lastly, onto crypto news, just generalizations and where I think the market is going. People in Cardano are still excited about Shelly. People in Ethereum are still waiting for Ethereum 2.0. People are still collecting about 32 Ethereum to reach that. As far as Bitcoin goes, if you'll let me click in here, let's go into the trading view. So frankly, there we go. This is the weekly. Maybe I can do like a daily one day. It's the 20th of April. It's the 25th. Let's just do weekly. All right. So essentially, what's been happening now is that the market, as far as again retail is concerned, it's not retail that is making the price do what it's doing right now. These are just whales doing what they're doing. It's going to be that way for months of this game being played. The only way to win is to buy and hold. The reason that is the case is because, remember, there's a cap on the Bitcoin. So if you fall for a whale selling off like this right here, then what could easily happen is that they make the price go back up like they did, and what'll happen is you'll be out of the market, and that's essentially them taking your money. Don't give into that. A lot of times these drops are coordinated. If you look, often it's like 3 drops, 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes they're all together. Sometimes they're like a couple hours apart. Sometimes they're a day or 2 apart. But they're just playing this game to scare people. They're specifically going after the newer people in the market who don't understand the value proposition of Bitcoin. So just don't be afraid. Those of us who've been here for 3-4 years are just like, okay, whatever. This isn't really going to affect the market. This isn't that big. The things that tend to really affect the market are dumb people like Craig Wright, who has once again been proved as a sham in court on paper using a Bitcoin signature. He has tried so hard to affect the price in so many different ways. He even created his own fork of Bitcoin. I mean, come on. But yeah, don't be afraid of these dips. They're nothing. They're nothing to worry about. It's nothing. It's not any of the worries that a lot of the long-term holders are worried about. There are things to be worried about, but not these whales just kind of selling off. I believe JP Morgan consulted all of their clients. I hope they told them good news, because unfortunately, JP Morgan has been collecting. I hope you win too, man. JP Morgan has been collecting Bitcoin for a while now. So for them to tell their clients not to invest in it is pretty shady. Again, only we can win, not anyone else. There we go. Greed kills everything. Just like Justin Sun and Steemit. He's killed his own ecosystem. Greed kills everything. But yeah, no, with these prices in the high 8,000 range, it's once again a great time to buy. So I'm going to be buying, and I'm excited about that. Can't wait. Super excited. Other than that, yeah. So yeah, guys, the giveaway is going to happen again next week. $10. Go ahead, and if you like the video, if you didn't like the video, post it in the comments. Give me your BTC address, and I will enter you into the giveaway next week. Again, congrats Jack Tyler for winning. The Bitcoin has already been sent to you. Hopefully it's arrived in your wallet by now. And it's just a good old time. See, anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, guys, I'm live every week. I'm trying to hit the stream around 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific. If you have questions or want to chat, I'll be around. If you want to reach me, I'm also on Discord. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, guys, you have a wonderful day and be safe out there.